What's the weirdest reason a store has ever tried to charge you extra fees? I walked in just wanting ice cream. Nothing dramatic, nothing fancy, just a pint to eat while zoning out in front of Netflix. I grabbed a tub of plain vanilla from the freezer, carried it to the counter, and set down a crumpled $5 bill like this was going to be the easiest purchase of my life. The cashier, an older guy in a flannel that looked like it had been washed maybe 3 times since the 80s, scanned it, looked at the register, and said, "That'll be $106. I blinked at him. Then I laughed. "Sorry, what? 106, he repeated, pointing at the screen like it was the 10 Commandments. I leaned over. Sure enough, $100 plus tax for 1 pint of store-brand vanilla. Not organic, not rare, not sprinkled with edible diamonds, just boring ice cream in a plastic tub. "Okay," I said, waving my $5 bill. "Your register's clearly broken." "Nope," he said without flinching. "That's the premium freezer surcharge." Before I could process the words, his wife appeared out of nowhere. She had been stacking gum packets with the precision of a museum curator, and now she looked at me like she'd been waiting for years to deliver this line. "The electricity bills are very high this month," she explained. "That surcharge keeps the freezer running." I stared. "$100 freezer tax? On ice cream?" "Premium freezer surcharge," the man corrected. "Completely different thing." I looked around for cameras. Nothing. Just me, these 2 lunatics, and a guy by the chip rack pretending not to listen while absolutely listening to every word. "Fine," I said. "Just cancel it. Refund me. I'm not paying that." The wife shook her head so fast her glasses nearly slid off. "Sorry, once it's in the system, we can't reverse it." "You haven't even charged me yet," I snapped. "But it's in the system," her husband said like he was quoting the Bible. "And the system doesn't lie." That's when Chip Guy finally spoke up. "Yeah, last week they charged me $50 for napkins, called it a tissue handling fee." Then an older lady by the candy aisle chimed in. "I got charged $30 for a smiling service fee because she said good morning to me." I whipped my head toward the wife. "You're charging people for being polite? Emotional labor isn't free," she said with total sincerity. At this point, I realized this wasn't an accident. This was a scam dressed up as customer service. "All right," I said, pulling out my phone. "I'm calling my bank." The husband slammed his palm on the counter. "No need for that. We'll give you store credit." He ducked under the register, pulled out a blank plastic card and scribbled $106 on it with the saddest Sharpie I've ever seen. Then he slid it across the counter like he'd just solved world hunger. "There," he said proudly. "Problem solved." I held up the card. "This is just plastic with Sharpie on it. Store credit," he repeated. The wife nodded like she'd just witnessed a holy ritual. Chip Guy laughed. The older lady wheezed. A teenager by the fridge section joined in, holding up a soda bottle. "Wait, so if I smile back at her, do I get a refund?" "Of course not," the wife shot back. "That would be theft of services." Now half the store was involved. A man in line with a pack of gum muttered, "They charged me $2 for breathing too loud." I threw up my hands. "What is this place? The DMV with snacks?" The husband folded his arms. "Sir, we're innovators. Other stores will copy us in 5 years." I started laughing so hard I nearly dropped the ice cream. "Yeah, I'm sure Walmart's dying to roll out the standing on the floor fee," the wife gasped. "Don't give them ideas." That broke everyone. The whole store was laughing now, except the 2 people running it like a cult. I finally pocketed my $5 bill, grabbed the ice cream, and headed for the door. "Sir," the wife shouted, "you can't leave without paying the freezer surcharge. Bill the freezer directly," I yelled over my shoulder. The Chip Guy clapped like I'd just scored the game-winning touchdown. The teenager fist pumped. The old lady muttered, "Best entertainment I've had all week." And just like that, I walked out with free ice cream and the knowledge that whatever Murphy's Corner store actually was, it definitely wasn't retail. Honestly, worth every penny I didn't spend.